It was a roller coaster because that first half was tough, being down 10, but then coming back in the second half and showing some resiliency and some toughness was huge. You look at the stats, we shot 61% in the second half from the field. I know it just seemed like Lovejoy wasn't going to let us lose, 32 points, 9 rebounds. And, he played almost the entire game. But, Emmanuel coming back from injury, stepping up. We need Legend Jeter. He had 10 points. But, tough game, but exciting game. And I like the grit that our team showed to come back and, win in overtime. It's not easy, but that win in overtime was huge.
Coach, Lando had a career-high 32. I want to say he had 12 or 13 field goals. Did not even shoot a three. I mean, just a different type of old-school guard right here. I mean, he's getting inside the paint and scoring.
Well, he's 13 of 21, and then he makes his free throws, 6 for 7. And he's guarding at the other end, but he knows his spots on the floor, and he gets to his spots, and he's very efficient. And, I think the ball screens open some things up. But his cutting off the ball, he had some backdoor cuts, and when you make some easy layups, that can kind of get you going too, because teams are trying to deny and overplay him. So those back cuts help too.
I know you said down 10. Actually, the Titans were down by 14, 31-17. You go into the half down 10. What did you really see in that first half? Were the shots not going? Was it just good defense by Robert Morris? I mean, what was that difference there between the first half and second half?
Well, I think the first half we didn't have enough patience to hit sides offensively. And then sometimes the ball just has to go in the basket. And then I think, we had, 6 turnovers at halftime. We only end with 10 in the game, so that's 4 in the second half. And then, when you get stops, you get out to, when you get stops and you can get out and run, that kind of helps your percentages of some shots going in. And we did that in the second half. And, they're a good team. Robert Morris is a good team. They're coming off of a double overtime win against Northern Kentucky, but we held serve at home. That's what you're supposed to do, and I'm just happy for this group that they responded in the second half and made big plays.
Any questions for Coach?
For a team like Robert Morris that has a ton of size, what was the message kind of defensively, especially late in the second half?
Well, we had to rebound the ball. I thought we were late on some of our doubles of the big guy, but we was rebounding, and then we were just playing hard. We went into this game where we were switching 5, which we never done before, so that made some mismatches on the glass. And then they didn't shoot it particularly well from the 3 either, so rebounding was a big key, getting back in transition and rebounding. But, they had 3-4 guys in double figures. It was a classic Horizon game where most games are going to be decided in 2 or 3 possessions, and this game was.
Not a lot of teams go from shooting 33% in one half to 61% in the next half. What changed from halftime?
I told those guys I got to start making some damn shots. But no, I thought that we got downhill and we got to our spots. We got some layups. Emmanuel made some catch and shoot threes. When you go, I think we were 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 in the first half, shooting threes. That didn't help. So we moved the ball better. We got up to 10 assists, which was huge. But like I said before, we got out in transition. We got some easy baskets, and then we got to the free throw line. I think we were 1 for 2 in the first half. So we shot 13 free throws in the second half. So the ball wasn't sticking. And that was good. And, when Lovejoy goes 13 to 21, your percentage is going to be very good or very high. And it was.
How do you handle a guy like Lovejoy or anybody who gets that hot in a half? Like, what kind of rules apply to a guy when they get that hot?
Well, give him the ball. Well, we can, I said before, he back cut it well off the ball. He came off ball screens. He probed. And then when he gets to his spots, he can make those shots, from 12 to 15 feet. And we needed every bucket today. And then he makes his free throws too. So sometimes you're just trying to figure out a play to get him space so then he can make a play. And I try not to screw that up.
Did he just tweak something in the first half there, Lovejoy?
Lovejoy just said he was very, very tired. You know, when you're playing the entire game, you're chasing. You don't really have a self for him. You know, sometimes it's between the ears too. You know, but we do a light shoot around tomorrow, and whatever he tweaked, it better be untweaked by Saturday afternoon.
Coach, the Titans are actually 3-0 in overtime this year. You know, just do we need that extra 5 minutes sometimes?
You know, we keep winning, we can go all overtime, as long as we keep winning. It just shows that highs or lows, our guys are gonna play through whatever. We're down in the first half, they tied it. We had to get defensive stops to win the game, just to force overtime. And then we got behind in overtime, and we just kept coming. And I'm proud of this group, because when you have a young team, you know, times out there, we had at least 4 freshmen. One time, 5 freshmen. So you're just trying to hold your breath and get to the media timeout.
Was it an emphasis to kind of body up Bulgaris? I mean, it seemed to kind of frustrate him shooting today.
Well, we wanted to play physical with him, and at times we wanted to post double, but he can pass out of a post double pretty good. When you're switching 5, and then we have one of our guards on him, and we have to come down and double, we just try to give him different looks. Legend Jeter holds serve, you know, he always has 2 fouls. I'll be so excited. We can go to 1 halftime when he doesn't have a foul. And usually he gets a foul within the first minute of the game. He did it again. So maybe his New Year's resolution should be not fouling in the first 4 minutes would be huge.
Any more questions for Coach?
It was kind of a slow start, and you had a slow start at Youngstown, but to their credit, they really cleaned it up, especially from a turnovers perspective. Like, we looked down and they had a bunch of turnovers early, and then all of a sudden it just looked like that number just didn't really move for about the last 30 minutes of the game. What did you notice about how they were able to clean it up?
Well, our slow starts, we're trying to figure that out. You know, we tried to simplify what we're running. We're just trying to run 5 maybe plays and get some movement. We didn't rebound early. They got some loose rebounds. It's hard to not let them score when they're out in transition on a live ball turnover. So we just kind of, sometimes you just got to slow down and be a little patient. But I think in the second half, Lovejoy dominating the ball, we didn't have too many other guys that their job was just to shoot the ball at the time. And I had to go back and look at the film. I don't have all the answers. I just know that I told my team I just want to find a way to win. And that's what they did.